Without a doubt, we live in difficult times. And it's in times like this that we need inspiration. We need God to speak to us and reaffirm the purpose of life, humanity, the purpose of our very life. Why are we alive now, and why should we get out of bed today? And the Old Testament book of Ecclesiastes, written by King Solomon, the preacher, the son of David, gives us the meaning of life. Let's delve into it together. Chapter 4, verses 13 through 16. It's the last paragraph in chapter 4. The New American Standard reads this way. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 13 through 16. A poor yet wise lad is better than an old and foolish king who no longer knows how to receive instruction. For he has come out of prison to become king, even though he was born poor in his kingdom. I have seen all the living under the sun throng to the side of the second lad who replaces him. There is no end to all the people, to all who were before them, and even the ones who will come later will not be happy with him. For this too is vanity and striving after wind. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 13 through 16, about wisdom in the palace. After assessing the need for companionship in the last paragraph, on chapter 4, the preacher declares the temporariness of popularity in the palace and politics with a parable, a fictional story to teach wisdom. In the parable, two people are contrasted: the old king who has forgotten wisdom, and a poor but wise lad. Although the unwise king has position, power, and experience, his inability to receive warning and wisdom makes him inferior to the impoverished lad with only wisdom. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 14 describes the rise of the lad up from prison to become a king, somewhat like Joseph in Egypt, the book of Genesis. This uplifted, wise lad is replaced by a second youth in chapter 4, verse 15. What's the lesson? Well, let me quote somebody. According to Hubbard, David Hubbard, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, it's the Communicator's commentary, page 125. According to Hubbard, quote, the overall message is that the advantages of wisdom are only relative. They help a ruler do well during his reign, but assure neither stability nor acclaim once his successor takes over. End quote. David Hubbard from Communicator's commentary, page 125. Even wisdom does not make a long-term difference. That's what they're saying. Even wisdom doesn't make a long-term difference. Even though it may bring temporary success, human life is unable to make certain continuances, memorial, contentment, satisfaction, or really anything. Popularity does not last. It's like herding cats or chasing the breeze. Popularity is a waste of resources, effort, and time. In his search for meaning in life, what's the meaning of life? The preacher, King Solomon, he observes mortality's cycle, order, divine awareness, injustice, industriousness, companionship, and popularity. These are the themes that he has observed and explored. And in exploring all those things, he finds little contentment, no satisfaction, nothing like lasting joy at all. So in his search for the meaning of life, the things he's observed so far do not actually provide any meaning to our existence. This topic is incredibly important, and we need time to think about the purpose of our individual lives. Why do I exist? And how can I make the most of the time that God has given me? If you're interested in delving into Ecclesiastes deeper, then I wrote a book in 2018. It's 50 pages. It's $1.98 on Amazon. It's for a Kindle, an e-reader, and it's called Search for Significance, an examination of Ecclesiastes. And I will put the link to this book on Amazon in the description below as an additional resource for you if you wish.